What's up, everybody? This is Shea Campbell, aka Certified Natural. Thank you as always for being here with me. If you are new, thank you for coming my way. If you're returning, welcome back as always. I know that it's been quite a while since I recorded a video, maybe about a month. Actually, things have been kind of just crazy here at my house. I am starting work. Well, I started work again. I'm a teacher here in Las Vegas, so I'm working now. The kids are home still. My husband's about to go back to work. I just haven't been combing my hair. My hair was in mini twists for about 3 weeks. Y'all know I got a cut, and it was taking me a while to kind of adjust to it. I got a cut about a month and a half ago, and it was a little bit of a shock to me once I washed my hair and kind of saw how shrunk up it was and short it was in certain areas. So I had put it away for a while, not just because I didn't want to deal with it or didn't want to, deal with it at that time. One, just I have to take the time to get used to the cut, and two, everything was just coming at one time. So I put it away in some mini twists for about 3 weeks, and I just took those mini twists out just to kind of fluff them out for this video. So there's nothing going on here. This is not a video about that, but just the reasons why I've been missing. But there's nothing really going on with this hair at all. I washed it. To be honest, I don't even remember what I washed it with. I twisted it up with some homemade shea butter and mango butter that I make at the house. So it's very moisturized. It stayed moisturized. It's very soft. It's very fluffy. I just took them out, the twist, and kind of separated them a little bit and picked it out. So this is nothing. I just put a little band on the front of my head and went on my business. So nothing going on here, actually. Today I'm going to wash it. Hey you guys, quick just pause to the video. I just want to let you guys know that I did take out some very small mini twists. So if my hair looks kind of stringy and awkward, it's because it always looks like that when I take out any type of really small style. I didn't comb it out or anything, so I didn't realize how crazy it looked until I actually played the video back. So just to kind of let you know that that's why it looks like that. It's not unhealthy, it's not damaged, anything like that. It's just I had a lot of oil in there, so it's a little bit stringy. I was going to re-record, but I didn't have time, so just put that in there. All right, back to the video. And I may record it, me washing it, I may not, but yeah, nothing going on there. But anyways, this particular video has been requested by several people, not necessarily just on YouTube, but just in general, people that I've gone to school with, people that I work with, strangers, especially women who are transitioning or who want to become natural. They've requested several times from me to tell my transition story. How did I get to the point where I am prior to my cut? I want to say I was probably waist length, if not close to waist length, and we are already kind of just growing back. My hair comes down to about here, so they want to know what did I do, what didn't I do, just my journey. So not that you have to have long hair, maybe you just want healthy hair, whatever the case may be. So I am going to do my transition journey story per se, and I will insert some photos probably right here. So I'm gonna scoot over just a little bit. That's why I also zoomed out a little bit, because during the editing process I'm gonna put some pictures probably right here of my different phases and time frames in life, from when I was permed to after I chopped, my different trials and tribulations and things like that. So I'm also going to be using my phone because I already outlined this on my phone, and I want to make sure that I go in the order in which I will be posting the pictures, and I don't want to forget anything. All right, so first off, I honestly don't remember when I got my first perm. I was a child, I'm sure. I would guess, if I had to, from what I remember from me getting perms, 10, maybe a little bit younger, something along those lines. I know that my hair was being permed throughout middle school, and I think middle school starts around 10, so probably a little bit younger than that. I got perms. I didn't get perms every 6 weeks like a lot of people did. I don't remember from when I was a kid, to be honest, but once I started perming my own hair, which was in high school, I would perm my hair typically twice a year. So sometimes a little bit more, but not more than 4 times a year. I give it that. So twice a year I would perm my hair, and my hair always grew. I had healthy permed hair. As the part of it's just genetic. My mom always had long hair. My sister, my brother, my cousins, part of it is just genetic that we have a lot of hair in our family. And so permed or not, I had a lot of hair. I've grown natural hair healthy and permed hair healthy. So it is possible for those of you who are still permed. And then once I got into about, I want to say I was in college. I know for a fact when I started in college, I went to Grambling State. I started perming my hair twice a year. Actually, at the beginning of the semester in the fall, and typically mid-semester in the spring, I would perm my hair. So that was the way that I would do it. And the reason why I went ahead and just transitioned after a while was because I did start to notice that although my hair was healthy, it was long, it was pretty, it kind of was stunning. It didn't want to grow past a certain length after a while. And then sometimes it would kind of shed a little bit more than I would like. And like I said, even though it was healthy, root to tip for the most part, it was full, it was thick. It just kind of would stay at a certain length and it wouldn't kind of grow past that length. So I went ahead and I decided to go ahead and transition my hair. For that reason, I wanted to see if it will grow, and I wanted to see how my hair would change, because I had seen it perm for so long. And even with perming my hair, because it was so thick and my natural texture was just trying to come through, it wouldn't pull bone straight. It was straight and really good when I flat ironed it, but when it was pulled back, it still will wave up and things like that. So I really just wanted to see what that looked like. So fast forward, in 2010, I graduated from college, and I came home here to Las Vegas, worked, so on and so forth. And then in 2011, I left here to go to graduate school at Prairie View A&M in Texas. And I got my last perm, I want to say in either July, it was July of 2011 was when I got my last perm, and I will insert a picture of that over here. It was beautiful. My hair was all nice and silky and straight. It did grow a little bit because I had stopped messing with it, so it did grow a little bit, but I had decided that I wanted to go natural and see if I could go natural. My sister had previously went natural prior to me, and so it kind of just sparked my interest in trying to grow my hair out naturally and grow my perm out. So in July of 2011 was the last time I decided to perm my hair. And moving forward from there is when the journey actually really began. I remember my hair as it was growing out, and I'm gonna give you some of the tips, just quick tips and stuff, because I'll record a separate video for that, but I'll just throw some out in this video. As I was growing my hair out, at first I could not tolerate it. Like I didn't dislike it, but I didn't know what to do with it. I was so used to my hair being permed and manageable that the curl texture that was coming out from my roots, I wouldn't say that it was nappy or anything like that, but it was super thick because my natural hair is much thicker than my permed hair, and I thought my permed hair was super thick, but it was extremely thick. Of course it was coarser than my permed hair was, and it was just different. I had never dealt with my natural hair, so I knew nothing about my natural hair. So I did a ton of research. And I hope that I can find the pictures that I took some years ago from when I was growing out my hair. I took like length checks and, you know, my first curl patterns and things like that, but I don't know if I have them on this phone in my Google. Hopefully I do, so I'll try to find those. But I did tons of research. I used to watch Naturals 85 all day long. That is like my go-to for my hair. Her hair is much thicker than mine, but I feel like her texture is kind of similar to mine. And so I used to watch her videos. The lady who owns Alodia Hair Care, I used to watch her back in the day before Alodia Hair Care was a thing. And I just kind of tried to learn. I tried to suck up as much information as I could. To me, it was like a project. Like if I was at school or something like that, I just wanted to learn, how do I take care of this hair and not perm it? So for a while, I would blow dry it, because blow drying it would allow me to bring the textures together, and it made it more manageable for me. So I would blow dry my hair once a month, and I would pull it into a ponytail and just leave it there, because I did not know what to do at all. My regimen was pretty legit though. I did so much research. I remember I would send out emails to people about the things that I was doing to grow my hair out, because it was growing extremely fast. I would do what I call boost all of my hair products, handmade and store-bought. I would boost them with hair vitamins. So I would take my hair vitamins and I would melt them down into some warm water, and I would pour the contents into my conditioners, my shampoos, my styling products, and it kind of would boost up the styling products and boost up the different products I was using and make it more potent, per se, for my hair. So my hair grew tremendously fast. But I also used to hand make a lot of my hair products. I used to make all of my DIY stylers in the kitchen, my deep conditioners in the kitchen. I've tried everything from yogurt, mayonnaise, eggs, avocados, bananas, banana baby food, aloe vera. I've done so many different things when it comes down to just trying out to see what my hair really needed, that I would just give out tons of information. And I kick myself sometimes, like I should have started YouTube giving out this information and something, all those different things, but it's okay. But I would just give out tons and tons of information because my hair was growing so fast. So what I started to do was I started to cut my hair 2 inches every 2 months. As I slowly cut my permed hair off, 2 inches every 2 months, 2 inches every 2 months. And roughly around the time where it's time for me to cut those 2 inches again, I had grown at least an inch or a little bit more. As you know, your hair typically grows ½ an inch a month. So at least an inch or a little bit more by that time. So even though I was cutting it, I wasn't losing as much in my head as I could, you know, I wasn't really losing hair because it was growing back and I was retaining my length. So I would cut and I would put it away, and then I would cut and I would put it away. So moving forward in 2012, I want to say I was still growing my hair out, but my hair had grown so much that it was getting a little bit difficult for me to manage it. My hair was kind of in the in-between phase, and I would straighten it sometimes just to kind of, like I said, bring it together, because that line of demarcation was getting a little bit distinctive between my curly hair and my straighter hair, or wavier hair at the bottom. And so I would straighten it sometimes, but I still kept a tight regimen. Deep conditioning, co-washing, all of those things, still kept that pretty tight, pretty consistent. So 2013 came, and I was about to graduate from grad school and move back to Vegas because I had a job lined up for me. And I decided that once I was leaving Texas, I was going to leave the rest of my permed hair in Texas in the trash, well, the toilet. And so I went ahead and I cut the rest of my permed hair off. I want to say I ended up cutting about 6 inches of permed hair off of my head, and I will insert a picture of, you know, my curls here. Once I cut it, they were so pretty, they were so soft, they were so luscious, and my hair just kind of felt new. It felt like I had just transformed into a whole different person. But also at that point I had been slowly transitioning for about 1.5 years before I mini chopped my hair off. I decided not to big chop, not because I think that there's anything wrong with it. I know plenty of women who've done it and they've loved their journey. They've loved the, you know, the process, and you know, it was just one and done. I decided not to big chop, not because I wanted to have long hair, just because I wanted to learn how to take care of natural hair while I was growing my hair out. So that way when I did have 100% natural hair, it wasn't like a shocker to me. I knew kind of the things to do. So in 2013, went ahead and big chop, started growing my curls out, and then I started to run into different issues. I moved from Houston back to Vegas, and if you can only imagine, there was a tremendous climate change. And so versus in Houston, where there was so much humidity and water and, you know, all of those great things in the air, here in Vegas, it is dry, dry, dry. So I went from always having these moisturized, bouncy, fluffy curls to my hair started feeling very dry, very brittle, very stiff, very just everything that I was not used to. So I then had to learn again, kind of just how to take care of my hair in a different climate area. How to try to keep it moisturized when there's like the odds are against it. So I focused on that. My go-to at the time, I remember, was twist outs. Braid outs never really was my thing. Twist outs were my thing. I would do twist outs, and I would always use the Trader Joe's Tea Tree Tingle shampoo and the Trader Joe's Tea Tree Tingle conditioner, and I would twist my hair with the conditioner in the shower. And if I did not use that, I would use the Tresemme Naturals. That's like an old one. I don't even think they sell it anywhere anymore. Tresemme Naturals and some nice olive oil or coconut oil or something like that to kind of seal my hair, and that was my go-to then. So I started to try and dabble into some other things, and I'm just gonna look at the pictures to see what's next in line. I would get my hair straightened, because there's a picture coming up of me with straight hair in 2000, and I want to say this picture was from 2014-ish. I would get my hair straightened once a year in October, and I would get my ends cut really good. Throughout the year, I would just dust in between, but I would get my ends cut really good that in October, and I would wear my hair straight for a while just to kind of have the feeling of straight hair. But then as I became natural, having straight hair became more and more difficult for me. I used to have straight hair all the time, and then now that I'm a natural and I'm used to curly hair, straight hair doesn't last on me. I just kind of feel like I just have to wash it. I don't know what to do with it. It doesn't look right or something. I don't know. I'm just not used to it anymore. So, but I would get my hair cut every October, like a really good cut, blown out cut. Other than that, I would just cut my hair and twist curly. And that's just how I maintained it. And then in 2015 is when I tried to start learning, just really learning my actual curl pattern. Because when your hair is twisted, it kind of just is going to form that twist pattern. I wanted to learn what my hair will look like if I try to wash and go, or, you know, something like that. And if you are a natural and you are trying to wash and go, you know that that is probably one of the hardest task that you will conquer. Learning how to master your wash and go, learning how to just get it together in a way that you really like it. So I started to try and master my wash and go, and I have some photos of those trials and errors that will be added here into this video as well. But I just had to learn what was best for me. For me, the shingling method works best. Raking and smoothing does not. I mean, it works, but my hair won't come out the best. It won't last as long. And there's others who raking and smoothing works perfectly fine. I also need a gel. I can't do a conditioner only or a cream styler only wash and go. Those things don't work for me. And so it's just a part of just learning your hair and enjoying the journey, and kind of just taking the time to learn the things that you need to about your own individual hair. And then my hair just kind of grew from there, and I got pregnant in 2016, and pregnancy hair is completely different from your regular everyday hair. Because I was taking prenatal vitamins and trying to drink a lot of water, because I couldn't really drink a lot of water, but trying to drink more water and eat a little bit better, you know, things like that. Pregnancy hair is, to me, well, for me, was like some of the most beautiful hair that I had at any point in time in my life. My hair was very thick, very full, very luscious, very shiny. My pregnancy hair was amazing. I'm going to put the picture here for you to see some of my pregnancy hair clips. It was just beautiful. And I know a lot of people deal with a lot of shedding after they have their babies, especially a lot of naturals. A lot of shedding around the edges, a lot of just balding, or just, you know, your hair coming out overall. For me, I didn't deal with shedding, but I did deal with postpartum dryness, as I call it. It went from this beautiful, luscious locks from heaven to my hair was so dry and unmanageable after I had my kids. That's with both of my boys. Extremely dry, extremely unmanageable, and I just had to kind of nurse it back to health after I had my sons, because it just was unmanageable. I couldn't deal with it. And so that is for a whole nother day. I'll talk about my experience, my pregnancy, all in a nutshell. But just, you know, in the conversation of talking about my hair, it's supposed to be a whole transition hair video, but it just turned into just my hair and just ways that I kind of just try to take care of it, and the things that the bumps that I've turned into. So I'll probably retitle it. But that was one of the major bumps that I ran into, was extreme dryness after I had my sons, and just trying to figure that out. So natural hair for me, I see that there's a lot of things that are going around on YouTube and in the natural hair community. You know, is natural hair canceled? You know, things like that. And I think that it's for several reasons that people are having these conversations. One, they might just be tired of trying to figure out how to deal with their natural hair. Two, we're home. And so because we're at home, a lot of people are having to really take care of their own hair. The salons are closed. You know, you don't trust going to your cousin's house or this person's house to get your hair done. And so it's having to try and manage and do your own hair and take care of your own hair. So if I can give any advice for the quarantine hair, if you can find a style that will keep your hair moisturized with low manipulation, that's the best thing. So that's why my hair was kind of in twists for a while, because I was, you know, combing my hair a little bit more often for YouTube. I literally probably only comb my hair for YouTube. If I'm combing my hair, I'm cutting the camera on so that I can do a 2-in-1 type of thing. But low manipulation styles are probably best. If you can get you a cute, some cute little like twist, jumbo twist for a little halo braid, or if you can get maybe like a cute twist out that you can use, or if you can get a cute braid out, a nice bun. I see a lot of people just slicking their hair back, get you a cute braided ponytail, something that you don't have to touch continuously. It's probably best for growth. Keep you a good regimen. Try to wash your hair once a week, or, you know, once a week-ish if you're not necessarily every 7 days. Deep condition is key. Deep condition your hair every time you wash it. Try to keep your hair moisturized. Keep your scalp oil. Seal your ends. Use some castor oil to seal your hair, and tuck it away if you have to. Get you some braids if you have to during the quarantine, or, you know, whatever the case may be, so that you can kind of keep your hair, the low manipulation, and keep your hair together, because it is difficult. It's difficult to take care of your own hair sometimes, especially when you're at home, and then we get a little bit lazy at home with our hair. You feel like, I'm not going anywhere, so why comb it? Because I know for a fact that that is me. I'm not going anywhere, so why am I combing my hair? So I try to keep it in a style that's going to keep it moisturized, even if I'm not combing it regularly like I should. So again, this video was kind of a little bit more all over the place than I thought, but I am going to insert some pictures and kind of just give more descriptions of, you know, just my hair, my journey. Not that my hair is perfect by any means necessary. As you can see, this, I mean, it just does what it's going to do. I have good hair days, bad hair, plenty of bad hair days. You just got to learn how to turn your bad hair day into a decent hair day. And that's what this is. You put your little edge control on your hair, put your little band on there, and fluff it up and go about your business. Sometimes you just got to do what you have to do to get through the day, get through the moment. So in terms of natural hair being canceled or natural hair not being, you know, what you want to deal with or what you want. People make their own decisions. I grew healthy permed hair. I grew healthy natural hair. This is your life. Do what you want. If you want to dye your hair, dye it. Just know what you're getting into. If you want to cut it, cut it. I cut it. I've been wanting to cut my hair forever. I cut it. It wasn't for me. So then I just kind of deal with it. Grow it back out. So I've been on a growth regimen, which I'll share with you all in another video. And so it's not the end of the world. It's just hair and it will grow back. And so at the end of the day, you know, I don't think that natural hair has to be canceled. But this is just my transition slash just what my hair does and how I kind of just deal with it in its different stages, because everybody goes through different stages with their natural hair. And if they say they don't, I don't think that that's necessarily true. There's moments where I cannot stand my hair and then I put it in braids, so I don't have to deal with it. I get a weave, so I don't have to deal with it. And then there's moments where I'm like, oh, okay, you're really working today and tomorrow you look good. And there's moments where it's like, oh my gosh, like I don't feel like combing it. I think that that's normal. I think it's okay. And so yeah, this video was a little bit of a rant but that's okay. So as always, I hope that you enjoy tuning in to me. I hope that this wasn't too much all over the place. It's just been a long time since I sat in front of the camera. So I just had a couple of things to kind of just get out, and some questions that people have been asking me just about my journey in my hair and how long has it been, and you know, how did I grow it out, the tips that I would recommend. So hopefully I hit those different pointers. And if you have natural hair, or even if you have permed hair, if you're thinking about going natural, just kind of believe in the journey, enjoy the journey, trust the process, and at the end you'll blink, it'll be a year later and your hair would have grown so much. You'll know so much about it. You'll know so much more about how to take care of it than you did when you first cut it or went on this particular journey. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for being here with me. And I can't wait to see y'all again next time. Have a good one.